This is my third day of the trip. It's 11:04 my time. I've got about 400 miles to go. I had to drive up through Michigan because my COVID tests had to be tested 72 hours, and it takes a day or two to get it, which was 200 miles farther. Plus there was 800 miles of two-track roads, not like this where there's four. Up and down and around, up and down and around, 800 miles of road like that. My dogs, they're up in front with me because it's too cold back there. I don't run the furnace when I'm going down the road. Right there's Smudge, look at him. It's almost 13, can you tell? Alright, we made it. And it wasn't dark yet. It'd be almost impossible to find a campsite if it was dark. But I drove 3 days. Alright, this is March 6th. It's 3 below zero. My pants are frozen solid right here because I was in the snow. It's 3 below zero. And I just got back from my shoot. It was a good one. These mountains right here. And I'll show you right down there. Then I walked down the road and walked through those trees that got out right at that point right there, down right next to the, 3 feet from the river. I'm going to add a side note to this. I was at the visitor center talking about bears because they're out of hibernation. And they said, yeah, there's an old bear that they know of. They know the bear. And he said he was down in the tracks. Somebody saw him. I said, down by this curve. I can't remember the name of this curve. And they said, yeah, in that area. So we got a grizzly bear. They like to come out here and eat the grain that comes off the cars that go by. So when I walk across the woods, which isn't much of a woods from the road, I'm talking the whole way. Make sure he knows I'm here. Just changing out of these wet clothes from being in the river. Look at the water in here. And my socks are soaked. And I'm at the campground, so I can use the shelter here to change. And I grabbed 2 right shoes because I have 2 pair, and I don't want to put that on my foot with my dry socks. So now I put my foot like this and hobble back to my campsite to get the left foot shoe. My new photography equipment, the broom and the shovel and the chair is new because I'm at this lake that's outside of Banff. Here it is. I'll just pan around. It's a beautiful place. And I want to get ice crack pictures. But the snow's on the ice. So I thought ahead though. I brought my broom and my shovel. And there, right there, is the mountain. Alright, I think I got some good stuff tonight. This crack here, so you can see how thick the ice is, over a foot thick easily. And the lighting was wonderful on that. Now the fog or something's rolling in. Weather changes fast in the mountains, and that was beautiful. Oh, the lighting on that was beautiful. This is March 7th. I'm just driving this, it's called the Icefield Parkway. I'm going up to some lakes, and this is a pretty beautiful view. Just like this, mountains all over the place. I'm at Bow Lake, beautiful place. And if you want to look at the map, you just go right down there. And there it is. They got a lot of snow here. Here we're on Lake Waterfowl, I think it's called. And taking the dogs for a walk. And that's a well-known mountain. I can't remember the name of it. Popcorn just took off running over there, and then the snow got a little deep. I'm gonna see if I can recreate that. Come on, Popcorn, let's go. This is pretty funny. There he goes, watch him. Oh, getting a little deeper. Getting a little deep, is it? What's the matter, Popcorn? Do I need to get you some snowshoes? Come on. He says, no, I'm going to turn around right there again for the second time. I'm started to the Hector Lake Trail, and there's the road right over there. If there wasn't a little sign back there a ways, on the other side of this snowbank, I never would have found it. And here's the start of it. It's 1.5 miles long. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I think there'll be some good pictures there. I've got my tripod because last night I sunk up to my groin area even with the snowshoes on. And I had to put the backpack down, and the tripod helps too. You put it across the snow, pull yourself out. So if I start running into problems like that, you can forget it. It's hard enough walking in the snow like this. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, the trail's pretty good. But this is what I stopped for. Oh, look at that. Just magnificent. Oh my God, I can't see through the viewer, so I guess it's in there. Okay, this is kind of what I was looking for. Big snow field, dips in it. And the mountain. See how it was foggy over there? I could feel the air just blow in here because in the mountains the weather can change really fast. I had to put my jacket back on, and that was in the sun just 15 minutes ago when I filmed it. Where I said those gray clouds are moving in, the wind moved in, it moves in fast. Oh, I almost fell down again. I fell down once because the snowshoes are hard, you know, you can trip up yourself up on them. I feel like I'm in the middle of Alaska. Like that's how it feels right now. But I'm only 1.5 miles from the road. Okay, well things really got worse now. It's snowing. I am heading back. The mountain is right there if you can see it. Wind's blowing a little bit or sometimes a lot. Alright, this is March 8th, almost 5 o'clock in the morning. I got up about 3:20. Had to drive up here. And I've got my camera gear, my snowshoes. We're going out to the place, Hector Lake, where I was yesterday. And I think I'm going to get a beautiful snow picture. The dogs are up with me when I'm driving to keep them warm. It's 3 degrees out. And now I'm going to put them in there, and the furnace is going, so they should be nice and warm. I've got my headlamp. I don't really like going through the woods at night, but you do what you have to do. That's a sleeping bag I wish I hadn't bought because it's just in the way. I don't need it. And it's so bulky, so it goes at night up in the cab, and then the day back here, back and forth. It was hard to come in here, the deep snow, even with snowshoes. I had to go about 150 feet from the trail, and I couldn't find, you know, it was dark, I couldn't really see, and then I just come up here to get higher because my tripod is frozen. I can't even get the legs out any farther than that, so I put one leg on the on my case, one on the glove so it doesn't sink down, and that one's okay. But I really wanted to get up higher so you can see the snow better. And I just found this place basically by accident. I'm coming up here to get higher, and there it is. So I'm going to try a panorama here. This little camera is not a wide angle lens. It's terrible. Panorama will look good. And in just a few minutes, the sun is right there. It is going to hit the top of that mountain, and that'll look really nice when it just hits the top, and that'll probably be my shot. And then I'll stay here until the sun hits the snow too. And we'll just take a lot of pictures if my camera's not too cold for it. Alright, I'm on this wildfowl lake, it's called, right here. Parked way over there. And I noticed this here. And then there's ice crystals right there, so I wanted to get a shot like this. And I set my camera down and I turn around and the snowshoe sticks out a long ways and catches the tripod. It was closer to the water at the time. And the whole camera goes into the water right there. And there's water dripping off the lens as you point it down. Everything doesn't... Some things are frozen, like I can't get it wide angle all the way because the ring is frozen. Because water got in there, but I'm doing the best. Alright, I just pulled into Lake Louise parking lot and then I look over and there's that camper that's very similar to mine. It's a young couple, like in their 20s. And I just talked to them for a long time, let them see inside of mine. And they're runners. They're going out for a run now. And then I had to tell them about my sister and brother-in-law and dad are doing their runs. And here's theirs. They've got a little porch on the back of theirs. It says home on it. That's nice. Alright, these are the people I met earlier today that I said they went on a run. They're runners.
Yeah.
So what's your name?
I'm Hunter.
I'm Maddie.
And you travel around and you're runners, right?
Yeah.
You went on a 5-mile run today on a trail, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're heading to Alaska.
Alright, as I was talking, I found out they're on their way to Alaska and they have jobs. So Hunter, what did you say you're doing?
I'm going to be guiding ice climbing on Exit Glacier.
And I'll be guiding hiking in the area as well.
That is just so cool.
Yeah.
And
Very
you guys, that is just so nice that you guys are doing this.
We're super
Lake
lucky.
Abraham, and these people came down this path. I thought they were just going to park here. And they drove out on the lake with trucks. Okay, this is Lake Abraham. Been on it for an hour and a half, 2 hours now, running around looking for cracks. Then I'd film something, and then I'd go somewhere else, and then I'd try to find it. I can't find it. I had it bookmarked on my GPS, and it was hard to get the arrow to go the right way. But I'm parked way over at the edge of the lake. I don't know if you can see a little dot. That's my camper, and you're allowed to park there for free. And it's very, very windy here all the time, I say, and they tell me, and it is true. See the wind stuff going across, the snow going across the ice. Wow. Turn my camera this way. Now, I pretty much got it. I got the background. The mountains. If you look close, you can see the bottom of stones down there. See the stones? The bottom of the lake. So, I don't have to worry about falling through. I wouldn't even be probably up to my waist or something. Look at that. You can see how deep it is. You can see how deep the cracks are. Okay, these are pictures of my knees. I was taking a shower and I noticed they're all red. Alright, this is March 30th. I'm at Abraham Lake. I came down here in the morning. I mean, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was dark out and I didn't like doing that because grizzly bears could be out. I saw some cross-country skiers. There's where I'm parked, way over there. A couple days ago, and I said, you know, you think the bears are out? And they said, we just saw one. And that's why they were at the trail I was at, because they said, well, it was 400 meters away and it was coming down to the same point they were going to be at, so they just turned around and left, found another trail. I was just thinking, if I had another camera, you know how people, when they're a big shot and their pictures in for a conference, this would be like a really good backdrop. I should take my picture. So I got my little video camera out, stuck it in the snow right there. I can hardly see through it. Here I am, I got my camera bag, which also works as grizzly bear. I heard if you lay on your stomach, they might grab the bag instead of you. I got my camera and the beautiful view. I'm driving along and see these sheep. I thought that's not too bad. Oh, there they go. Here comes another one. Right there. I can't see through the viewer. A whole bunch just behind them. I'll let bunch out around that sheep. I think it's a sheep. Or it could be a goat. There it goes. Bunchy. Oh, no bunch. What is that? Stones in here. And now this is my evening shot right there, waiting for that, and it's looking pretty good. Alright, this is April 2nd, and the road is right over there, and I want to get down into the river because there's a big mountain over there to make a good backdrop, and this looks pretty good right here. But I've had experiences with deep snow before, especially if you got a bank or something where it might be hard to get back up if it keeps giving in and you just every time you push. But my tricks, I've got my tripod. You put it like that and then you push down on it. This is assuming you went up knee deep or higher with the snowshoes on. And I've also taken my backpack off and put my elbows on it to get me out of a jam. And now I've got the rope, which I may tie it to a tree just in case, pull myself up, but I don't want to be too over dramatic. I don't think I'm going to get stuck down here forever. I'm trying to go out there where those blocks of snow are. Last time I was here, I walked all the way up down the river, or stream, a long ways, almost not quite to that bend. So this time, I tied a rope on there and I thought I'll come in here. But I have my snowshoes on. I'll keep my snowshoes on this time too. But so clumsy with these on, I started to lose my balance and fell backwards right into the river. And if you can see it, soaked up to my waist, and the camera went completely under. And I'm drying it out now. Well, it wasn't under very long because that was my main concern, getting that out of there. But my camera bag didn't go under, and I've got my hard drive with all my pictures on it in there. I always take it with me in case somebody steals something, tries to break in. I think this is going to be a good shot right here. I didn't even know these little canals go back in here. This is like my spot. This morning I shot that one from over there. Is the bigger river. There's my truck up there to come down and show snowshoes. Now the snow is getting softer and it's harder to do because when it's cold you stay on the top, on the crust. And I sink down even with snowshoes, but I better get going here. Look at that sky. You look close, you can see my camper way over there. This is kind of a routine now because the good shots are 50 miles from the campground. So I drive down there, I get up at 4 in the morning, come down here, try to get a Milky Way shot because the Milky Way is good right now, meaning there's no moon. And then I come down to this place here that I found and I walk my dogs and spend the day, do my evening shoot, and then I go back to the campground. It's kind of like a routine we're falling into here. But this is a beautiful place to walk the dogs. There they are right there. Come on guys, let's go. This is actually a trail, otherwise you'd never be able to walk on this because the snow is so deep. If people walk on it, then it gets packed down and you don't even need snowshoes. I've seen pictures of this canyon and I asked the visitor center where it is and they told me, but they said they don't recommend it because of flash flooding and there's actually a river underneath this ice. But I feel it's safe. And I had a hard time finding this one spot that I see pictures of. Now look how cool this is. And I finally found it. Some people, I suspected it was here because you can walk up above right near it, but you can't see that it's real wide here. And somebody that was down here, you go in, there's only certain spots you can go in because it's too, you can't climb down a canyon. And then you have to come back in here, but it wasn't that hard, it wasn't that difficult. Alright, I'm back down to Hector Lake. I was here the first time I came to the Canadian Rockies. And it's better than it was before. Look at this. You can even see water right there in front of me. I'll get over closer. But getting down here, it's a 1.3 miles. And the cross-country ski trail was covered with snow, so I didn't know, it was just almost impossible to follow. But I laid a track down last time I was here with my iPad, so I go back after about 100 yards or so, get my iPad, there's only 10% left on the battery, so I put it on the charger, lay down for 15 minutes, and it's 11%, and I said, forget this, I'm going. So I started in, and then it kind of clouded up and started snowing barely. I mean, just like, because if it starts snowing, I gotta hightail it back out of here because I gotta follow my tracks. But as you can see, it cleared off. I did check my compass about 100 feet into the trail and 60. There's numbers all the way around the compass. If I kept following 60, it would get me back to the road. But if you have to cut through the woods, it is so difficult if you're not on a trail because it's hard packed on a trail. You can walk on it, but if you just start cutting through the woods, oh my gosh, what a nightmare that would have been. Just sinking down and falling over. I got off the trail, a few times and I sunk down. It trips you up where you just fall. One time I fell, the tip of the skis or the snowshoes will get caught in the deep snow and one time I fell straight back and I couldn't stop because I couldn't move my feet and I fell forward a couple times. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'll be able to follow my tracks back and this is looking pretty good. Alright, remember I said it looked like it could snow, it stayed off. Actually the sky turned really nice over there. And it was just fantastic. The sky was really good, and I knew where all my spots were. You can't run, I can't hardly run anyways, but you can't run in snowshoes. But I had my form down, low stance, my left arm was going back and forth. I mean, if they ever have Olympics snowshoe running, they could hire me for a coach. I was breathing just like you'd run the 440. I mean, just as hard as you could. So I'm trying to get to the next spot. Now my headlamp just slid down this icy thing right here onto the ice over the water. But I'm going to take my tripod and get it out. Now I gotta walk back. But I know the trail because I've been here. I don't even know how many times now. This is my golden nugget place. I mean, there's so many good shots down here, and I feel I got them tonight, so I don't think I'll have to come back. It's April 19th. I was going to go home yesterday, but I decided I'll wait for the snow because we're supposed to get snow today. And it's coming. We've already gotten like 2 inches, which is very important for the pictures, of course. Get that nice, clean snow. Bunch, where you going there, buddy? What are you doing there? Just walk right by me and not say anything to the camera? Bunch, what are you doing? Hey, jump up there. Let's get an interview. What do you think of the snow? What? What'd you say? He likes the snow. Alright, Bunch, do you see that building over there? What is on top of the building? Roof? Did you say roof? Roof, he did. He said roof.